guys, here we are, the one, the only Mitchell and Ness. Who we here with?
Name's Josh. What's up, man?
Hold that mic up, Josh.
Dap you up.
I know. They weren't gonna hear you.
He sat there, he said, I'm Josh.
All right.
Dude, that was classic. We're leaving that in.
Say my name's.
All right, guys, here we are, the one, the only Mitchell and Ness, because we got to make sure that we look just as good as the Phillies are playing this season. Who we here with?
Yes, sir. My name's Josh. Welcome to Mitchell and Ness.
Josh, thank you for having me. Who else we got?
Amir.
Looking clean, classic, crisp. Guys, what do you do here at Mitchell and Ness?
Yeah, so here at Mitchell and Ness, we're a nostalgia company. We specialize in throwback sports merchandise, especially our Philly sports fans. We have gear for the Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and all major sports leagues.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit, because like Mitchell and Ness and Philly are synonymous. Why do you guys think you have like such a strong hold in Philly? Obviously it's homegrown, but like what makes it so special that you guys have been going on for so many years? How do you manage that brand?
Yeah, I think for us, we are a nostalgia company that specializes in that throwback sports merchandise. What we're known for is recreating those authentic jerseys.
Got one right here, this Ryan Howard one.
Yes, the big piece. This is actually from 2005. This will be the first time we are doing a Ryan Howard jersey, and this is his rookie jersey. So
What a special year. Coming up, replacing Jim Thome, and then he became one of the best players ever in the Phillies.
and that
history.
jacket you have on is actually a 2005 dugout jacket.
This, when you guys posted, the dugout jacket is so iconic. The Charlie Manuel jacket, as you called it earlier, and they moved away from it. And now that it's back, do you think this is going to be a big seller? Do you think you're going to be able to keep it on the rack?
Oh, we're already selling out of it,
Yeah.
Start of season in April. It's chilly,
It's going.
Josh, you're talking about how it's a nostalgia brand. Obviously, we have Phil and Phyllis right there. We got some other cool throwback sweaters that are right behind us. Like, how do you guys stay current by taking a step back in time?
Yeah, so for us, it's about recreating those moments, bringing back those storylines as you go through the years. For all these franchises, especially if you go through the Phillies, they have so many different logos and uniforms that are through the years. You got the iconic Phil and Phyllis logo. You have the City Hall logo. A lot of people don't even know that the Phillies used to have different colors.
Yeah, we got the one behind the Ryan Howard. Let's pull that one up. We got that one, the old school P, and then we have the yellow and blue one behind that. But I think that's like introducing newer fans to the older logos, the older looks that are just clean. And we got off camera, we got a new hat coming in.
Yeah, so the story behind this logo right here, as you see the Blue Jay, if you go back to the 40s, a lot of teams in Major League Baseball were introducing, birds in their logos. And the Phillies happened to introduce the Blue Jay as one of their secondary logos. You see that navy colorway. A lot of people don't know that ownership back in the day did that to kind of get with the times, and that's what a lot of teams were doing back in the day. They were introducing these animals as part of their logos. So,
but like, how do you guys? Is there history part of Mitchell and Ness? Like somebody's researching this to be like, hey, we found a logo that nobody's ever used. This used to be on the programs. This used to be in Connie Mack. And you're like, we're gonna make apparel out of this because people need to see this.
Yeah. So we actually have a whole authentics department. They do the research. They dig into the archives. And that's researching through historical moments. Looking at images of the players wearing the various uniforms. Looking at different storylines. As you can see from the jacket you have, it's actually been 20 years since, we had that. That's the, 2005.
Yeah.
Crazy to think that that's a throwback now.
Yeah.
But it's just continue to look at those anniversaries, those moments in time. It's going to keep going on and on as we go through the years.
Yeah. So Amir, what does it mean to you? Obviously, you're rocking the classic look, black and white fills. Aside from just that history, talk a little bit about like the style of Mitchell and Ness, because it is that throwback, it is that vintage, but it's also stuff that you can wear what feels like at any time for any occasion.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool. I've been actually shopping with Mitchell and Ness since I was about like 13, 14. So being able to go ahead and finally work here now that I'm a little bit older, it just means a lot more. My grandfather used to bring me around in them snapbacks and tattoo days. So I was able to go ahead and get a new hat every Friday from my grandfather. And that honestly started the tradition for me. So seeing how back then the style was a little different. It was more so jerseys and, you know, everything that was put into that 2000 style, to seeing it now be recreated in a whole different way. You know, for us to go ahead and to do a lot more lifestyle, see older people, younger people, people of all ages be able to come in and enjoy the product. You know, we have something for everybody of all ages, which is really nice. Because let's say if I may not like it, you may like it, right? Let's say we both don't like it, he may like it. So it's something nice that everybody is able to come in and enjoy. They're able to take their time, check out, you know, and create their own style with it, you know, because I see sometimes maybe it might not be good on me, but it'll look good on you. So let's try it, right? So
yeah, I love that.
nice.
I think it's the perfect way of putting it. It's there's something for everybody, young, old, whether you're here for the memorabilia, whether you're here for the lifestyle look. There's something for every single person here. But I love that perfect marriage between, you have people from 20 years ago. This jacket, this dugout jacket, means so much to a lot of us, myself included. But then you have the new age, new wave of some of the logos that are coming out and making it more so that lifestyle fit. So like, how have you guys been able to manage that marriage of just keeping Mitchell and Ness current for so long, through so many different eras, so many different demographics, so many different age groups, and just bringing everybody, no matter the background, into this store or onto the website?
Honestly, it has to do a lot with being different. You see a lot of the same stuff being produced by different companies and brands, you know. No disrespect to anybody, but we try to be a little bit different. We actually go through the history of, you know, these sports teams and take our time recreating these jerseys and these silhouettes that we come out with in this lifestyle way, and to see it come out in a different way or a different form, or, you know, in a way that where people never seen it before. That's the cool part about it. And, you know, I want to give a quick little shout out to our guy Bruce. He's been our customer since our very first location, and to even have him still be a part of it and to still continuously buy jerseys, the new jerseys that we come out with, to see his face and to know that these jerseys mean a lot to him, and those older gentlemen that didn't get a chance to get these jerseys when they were younger because they weren't being sold. So to know that we are now able to go ahead and sell these jerseys, Ryan Howard, that will be dropping on Saturday, to know that somebody like this, you know, back in the day, for me, that really was one of the players that get me into baseball. Now I'm able to go ahead and get his jersey with my own money now that I'm older, and it's authentic. It makes me feel great.
Yeah, no, I think that's the beauty. I got chills hearing that. But like, again, when you go back to it, Mitchell and Ness, you see that stitching, you know it's going to be quality, but it's just something so authentically Philly. And obviously you guys have licenses with all these teams and all these brands and everything. But when you think Mitchell and Ness, you think Philly. They're just two that come together. But you're talking about Bruce, right? He's coming in. You're talking about yourself. You're getting a new snapback every Friday. And you also have these big name celebrities coming in. So you're able to unify all these different people. But let's talk a little bit about that, because again, when you get the celebrities walking through, that's always got to be a cool thing. So are there like any that really stuck out to you, who you're like, man, that was a great experience?
It's pretty cool, honestly. Like I said, I get the chance to go ahead and work with a lot of different people, but it's cool because we treat them all the same when they walk through these doors. We want everybody to be comfortable. We want them to enjoy their time here, and we want them to take their time. We want them to go ahead and know that they're safe walking into this building. But it is pretty cool, honestly, to know that these guys are coming in here. You know, they're supporting their teams, from Kevin Hart to Pete Davis to Alex Rodriguez. All very great people to go ahead and get a chance to work with. And, you know, if I could speak for them, they love it. Being able to have that authentic, genuine interaction with the guys, everybody, the whole entire staff here, and just build those connections. It means something to me because, you know, growing up, you get a chance to watch these guys play, or in a movie, or even in a video game. But to now be older and to actually get a chance to work with them, it's something special.
And to, you know, speak on that, as Mir was saying, it's great to see when those guys come in, whether it's an athlete, celebrity, you know, they're in awe just like regular people are. They're like a kid in a candy store, you know.
It's very easy to see that.
Looking at all this
You want
gear.
everything here.
You know?
Even to your favorite, Josh Allen Iverson, this is honestly his store. So even when he comes in, he's always in awe. You know, he'll go ahead and come in for a game, and or he'll be in the city for a game, and he'll be like, hey, I gotta stop at Mitchell and Ness before I go get my jewelry, or before I do this, or before I do that. And when he comes in, it's all love. He's sitting there in awe. He's loving everything. Even seeing his jerseys be created, it's just like a wow moment for him. And to see that, you know, off of somebody of his aspect, it means a lot to us, you know, knowing that Josh is one of the biggest Sixers fans. I grew up, you know, family, being able to go ahead and watch him. Dr. J, my dad's favorite player. So knowing that we have that relationship with him, it means a lot to us too as well.
It's also got to be cool when you see Allen Iverson come here, and that's probably somebody who helped launch Mitchell and Ness harder. back in his day? Obviously, again, it's always been a stronghold. It's always been a stronghold brand. But there's levels to the game, and it feels like you guys have leveled up. And with some of the Philly athletes, that's I'm assuming that's been helpful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, you go through history when AI was even playing. You know, you go through the photos of him walking in the tunnel, him on the bench. He's wearing Mitchell and Ness, jerseys. He's probably wearing the oversized 3X, 4X then. But it's awesome to see that, because you see those photos resurface on Instagram. With the league fits, and with NBA players walking through the tunnel now, and even MLB players, like the fashion thing of them walking in the stadium, it's part of life now. It's part of what the fans see. They see Bryce Harper, rocking that special jersey. They see Harper rocking the Philly Fanatic gear, and people go crazy. So it's just awesome to see how that's really evolved over the years, in terms of fashion, what the players are wearing, what the fans are wearing. It's all about that, fan experience. But it's great to see one of those athletes wear the gear too.
Absolutely. I mean, and two iconic Philly athletes rocking the Mitchell and Ness brand. You got Iverson and you got Bryce Harper. But that leads me to the next question. Who's the real number 3 in Philadelphia?
AI. You can't.
There's no hesitation on that.
It's got to be AI, 100%.
There's no hesitation. That was the only person to go ahead and take us to a finals by himself too, as well. Don't get me wrong. There was other members on that team, but he single-handedly
Shout out Eric Snow.
took us to our only finals
Right.
that we've ever did.
So what does Bryce Harper need to do to take over that number 3, or can he?
Honestly, I don't know. AI's impact, culture, and it's not just with the rings, and that's what a lot of people look at. I think AI's impact is beyond that.
Yeah.
Beyond just the championship. I think that's a guy that, with the culture and everything,
He changed the game.
Honestly,
he truly changed the game. He brought in a whole different style to the NBA. His style of play, his grit that he had for
Brought
the
a whole
game.
new fan to the NBA.
Everything about him changed the whole entire aspect of basketball. From being just a 6-foot guard and nobody really taking him serious because of his height, how skinny he was, but going out there on the court and dominating as if he was 7 foot or bigger than Shaq. You can't really go ahead and teach that, and to be able to do it in the city of grit, the city of brotherly love, we're gonna go ahead and support that, follow that, and of course we took to that, So, and we're still, as you can see to this day, still #1 fans of Allen Iverson, still supporting. You got guys in the league right now modeling his style. I can go ahead and name the kid off Charlotte. We got a chance to go ahead and meet him too, great guy. But he's modeling his style after AI, and to see it years later, that's iconic.
I'll say the one thing that Bryce, or both those guys, Bryce has really embraced the city. If he does win a ring here, there will be a lot of fans that put him in that upper echelon. Just with how he's embraced the city, getting the Fanatic tattoo, all the things he does, not only on the field, but off the field. Those are just two guys that leave it all on the field, though. Field and court, so I'll give it to them.
Maybe it's something in that number 3. Who knows?
Right?
Something about that 3, man. I'm about to say, don't
There's
get me
some
wrong,
extra juice there.
It is. It's
100%.
Like a juju or something, man. You go ahead and put on that 3, you're gonna hit a bomber. You're gonna go ahead and hit that 3 for sure. So, look at what Bryce is doing out there now. Since we've gotten him, the guy's been doing nothing but making history. So maybe this season might be the season for us.
Your lips to God's ears. All right, guys. So, talked a lot about Mitchell and Ness. Talked about the brand. Talked about the culture. Talked about the lifestyle. Where can the people come experience it?
Yeah, so here at 1306 Walnut Street, Center City, Philly. If you can't make it in store, we also do phone orders. So you can call us, numbers 267-273-7622. Give us a call. We will ship it to your house. I know a lot of people out in the suburbs and whatnot, out in South Jersey, might have trouble getting here, but we love to see you, We want to see you. We want to give you that experience. It's always great to come in, touch and feel the product, try things on.
Come in, meet the staff, have a little bit of fun with us. We try to go ahead and make it an experience and memorable whenever anybody walks through those doors. So please, we love the phone calls, but get down here to the store.
You guys have it. Mitchell and Ness, making sure you look good, you feel good. That way you play good. Guys, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Absolute pleasure. Go Phils. Go Birds.
Phils. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Get here. That's a wrap. That was great.
Good?
That was great.
Fire.
All right. Good stuff.